Red alert, red alert, red alert.
We're on.
Fox 6 Sports Blitz, red alert. We could just take you through a little audio show here this evening if this is what it's going to look like. Who just knows? Valentine's Day, got a little red up there for you. We'll hang with this for a little bit. Lily Zhao sitting here on the desk with me. You're just going to have to let us paint the picture.
It's like we set this up for Valentine's Day weekend, Tim.
Brandon Cruz is in Arizona this evening. And we hope to hear from him and see him in just a little bit. So there we go. We're into it. All right, there we go. Brandon, you didn't know we had a little red. We had a little red freeze screen there for just a pregnant pause. Build up to your appearance.
Yeah, I can feel the warmth, though. I mean, it's not just the nice Phoenix night. It's what you guys have from the studio.
All right, let's set the stage. Great to have you with us from Arizona. Great to have you with us out there viewing. It's Lily, it's Tim, it's Brandon. And here's our starting lineup. The Brewers appear to be throwing it all together and planning to come up with something for their pitching staff. It's certainly time to spring forward when it comes to talking baseball. Jared Koenig makes us say what? The basketball Badgers are suddenly giant killers, and our latest high school hotshot will have you hooked on his exploits.
Front office has done a really good job of finding just good guys, and I think we click together, and the culture is just really strong, and it's I think last year it was the power of friendship, right? And I think that goes a long way.
There's Logan Henderson, who was pretty darn good in his appearances for the Brewers last season. We'll see where he slots in for this season. All right, we're going to talk baseball right out of the box. We have Brandon in Arizona. Brandon, I lead it off with the backup catcher. Not usually a spot that you talk a lot about, particularly when you have William Contreras playing the frontline catcher spot. But Gary Sanchez, to me, is an interesting slot in there who was just re-signed this week.
Yeah, he played in 2024 with the Brewers. He had 11 home runs. Basically, every five hits he had was a home run when he was playing for the Brewers. Injuries kind of marred that season a little bit. Last year he was in Baltimore. He had more injuries, but they're hoping he comes back and provides that offensive pop for this lineup when he does get in. William Contreras obviously going to do the bulk of the catching, but Gary Sanchez is a leader, and he's a guy that pitchers trust, and that was one of the things we noticed today when he came back to catch some bullpens from some of the guys, that they were so excited to see him back for the first time, giving him hugs, high fives, teasing him a little bit. But yes, he's a veteran guy. He's somebody who knows how to call a game, and he has the trust of the pitchers, which is the biggest thing. I think that's what they're looking for and why they brought him back to be the guy behind William Contreras this season.
Well, Gary Sanchez obviously didn't play a lot, probably won't play a lot this season. That's by design. Let's look at some of the pitchers. And Aaron Ashby, according to Pat Murphy, last year in the playoffs, is going to pitch a lot. He pitched all the time in the postseason, it seemed like. So what's going to happen here for Ashby this season? He's been in a couple of different roles already in his young big league career.
Yeah, I would think that right now he's going to come out of the bullpen. I think they really liked what he gave them there throughout the season once he was healthy last year, and I think he built that on even in the playoffs. He pitched in 7 of their 9 games. He was able to do some, spot starts, as they say, to get an inning, to get as a starter, but really just to kind of get the game going. And they trust him in every single situation. So you might see him in any high leverage situation, and that's something that Chris Hook loves. That's something that Pat Murphy loves. And then I'm sure if they need to, if injuries happen to hit the starting staff, he could fill a role there too. He is so versatile. He has such good stuff. If he's on, he's nearly unhittable. So we will see what happens there. But to me, it looks like a strong bullpen candidate for this season.
And Brandon, let's go from the bullpen to the starting rotation. That's where you're going to find Quinn Priester. Last season, he was unbelievable. Brewers winning 19 games that he pitched in, consecutive games, that is. This year, though, what is his trajectory? Because there's going to be a lot of high expectations on Priester this year.
Yeah, and I think he's mature enough to handle that. I think he just liked the fact that he got the opportunity last year and he delivered. And that confidence is something that he was able to build on. And that was something that this team rallied behind him, and they all had confidence whenever he was on the mound. They like the way he throws. They like the rhythm that he gets into when he's on the mound. And I think when he gets into this camp and fully gets going, he's going to look at it like, okay, it's another opportunity. I'm probably going to be the number 2 or number 3 guy in the rotation behind Brandon Woodruff, maybe in front of Jacob Mizorowski, but either way, he's a guy that's going to be in the front of this staff and somebody that they're going to count on. And I think the fact, when he was with the Red Sox, he predominantly was a AAA guy, and they didn't give him a lot of chances out there. But once he got to Milwaukee, he kind of found his niche, and then he just took it over and owned it. And that's something that these guys like to see, especially the fact that he was so confident and he knew his place and what he could do for this team.
And Brandon, when you're looking at another pitcher in that rotation, it's DL Hall. I mean, last year dealing with a lot of injuries, so where does he fit in?
I think he's much more like Aaron Ashby. I think he's going to be predominantly coming out of the bullpen. Obviously, he has a history of starting, and he's pitched well when healthy. But that's going to be the key for them and him this year, is to try to keep him healthy and then see where he fits. So my guess is he's going to get work out of the bullpen, and then if there is a need, like Ashby, I said, then they move him into the starting rotation. But I think with all the guys in front of him that are in that rotation right now, he's clearly going to be a reliever and somebody who they trust as well to come in key situations because of the experience he's had.
Sure have a lot of guys who can throw it at the wall and see what sticks there when you look at the pitching. Let's go over to the position side of things. And to me, the Caleb Durbin trade is still interesting in that Durbin was really an ascending player in his first full season in the major leagues. But now you open a hole without him. So let's talk about Durbin first, Brandon. What is lost by the trade of Caleb Durbin, particularly as you look at what remains on the roster?
I think what you're losing is a high-energy guy that was willing to do anything. I mean, he would get hit by pitches just to get on base. He was a guy that was fiery. He was a guy that was clutch. He was a guy that just seemed to want to do anything and everything just to get dirty, just to be on the field, just to be up when it mattered. And I think they're going to miss that, and I think they're going to miss that energy in the clubhouse that he delivered, because even though he was a first-year guy and he was rather short in stature, he was a big personality. He was a guy that really brought a lot to this club, and he was a guy that Pat Murphy just trusted completely. So that is something they're going to miss with him now going to the Boston Red Sox.
A Midwestern guy, a lot of fan support behind him, family support behind him. He does open a spot at third base in being subtracted. There could be somebody from last season who gets moved over or a prospect coming up. But then over the weekend, Brandon, Luis Rengifo, a former Angels player, gets signed and sort of on paper looks like he's the heir apparent at third base. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, I would think that he's going to be the guy that gets the biggest look at that position. I mean, Jet Williams is a guy who they got in a trade that could get some look there, but I really think with Rengifo, what you're going to get is a lot of defense. He's not a guy that hits for great average. He has some pop. He can definitely hit the ball out of the ballpark, but he's not going to do that on a consistent basis. What you're getting with him is a guy that can get on base and a guy that can deliver defensively. Anything after that is going to be a bonus at this point, but I do think that they like the fact that he's played 7 years in the big leagues in the Angels organization throughout that entire time, and he knows how to play in the big leagues. It's not a moment that's too big for him. And, you know, maybe a change of scenery changes his approach at the plate. That's something we've seen in the past as well.
And Brandon, the man really pulling all these moves is Matt Arnold. What have you thought about the moves he's made this offseason, and do they tip the scales in the Brewers' favor to be in World Series contention? I know it's early, but thoughts?
Well, you know, if you look at the history of what Matt Arnold has done, you have to say yes. We don't know that, obviously, because a lot of these guys haven't proven themselves at the major league level or at a consistent level because maybe they haven't seen as much time on a regular basis playing in the big leagues, but as a collective group and as the culture that this team has and the fact that they play for one another, you have to believe that Matt Arnold knows what he's doing and has the guys in the right positions to succeed. I mean, how many times do we see the Brewers start the season to be third or fourth or even fifth in their division, and yet they keep coming through and winning the division, making it to the playoffs? And last year, a team that wasn't expected to do anything gets all the way to the National League Championship Series. I believe there's a lot of confidence from what Matt Arnold has done throughout his tenure, and they're looking for more of the same in 2026.
Hard to argue the track record for sure, no question about it. Going to be talking baseball too. On the way next on the Fox 6 Sports Blitz, the Bucks be coming to life. The Badgers suddenly. Can they be stopped? And how about some hearty congratulations to Kewaskum's Jordan Stoles, who's making all of this hard work and training pay off. He sets 2 Olympic records in winning 2 gold medals this week, 2 more races to come. The best in the world, straight from the rolling hills of Washington County.
This is my crew right here.
I'm assuming that's who you're talking about.
I don't know about you, but I feel pretty good about it.
But we'll stop there.
Oh yeah, I love Waffle House so much. Yeah, and I don't get it. I don't get it when I'm at my parents' house. I don't get it when I'm in Cleveland. So, and Milwaukee doesn't have a Waffle House. So like that's like a luxury for me out here, and I enjoy it.
You heard it here first. Waffle House, a staple for Jared Koenig in spring training with the Brewers, and that's where Brandon Cruz is right now out in Arizona. Tim Van Born Lilly's out here for the Fox 6 Sports Blitz. Let's switch gears to the Milwaukee Bucks. All-Star weekend for Milwaukee. Guys aren't playing games, but we did get to see Bobby Portis compete in the three-point contest. Didn't really qualify for the final round, but that is okay. Bobby got some shots in, and Con Knippel, Tim, impressed.
Con Knippel, the rookie, obviously playing for the Charlotte Hornets out of Wisconsin Lutheran High School and Duke, and has just shot down, no pun intended, his doubters really at every level, going to major college and then so far in the NBA. Terrific performance over the weekend. Acquits himself very well at the start of things and continues to build upon a very strong rookie season.
Yeah, the only rookie that was participating in the three-point contest that Damian Lillard did win, so a big night for Con Knippel. And over the weekend as well, we got to see Giannis Antetokounmpo and Thanasis be coaches. Brandon, what did you think about them kind of going on the other side there and experiencing life as a coach?
Well, they've got experience now. This is something that they take seriously. I love the way that Giannis tries to coach these guys to win, and he's real serious about it. I mean, he got on Taco Fall, one of a former NBA player on his team, to get into the game and be ready to play. I thought it was fantastic, and the fact that he got to do it with Thanasis and Alex Antetokounmpo, a big night for that family.
Yeah, Giannis saying, don't be like Wemby, be like Shaq. I want you to be like Shaq out there. So Giannis been a good coach. He also said again during the weekend that he's very committed to Milwaukee, the Bucks, the city, the fans, the team, that everything that happens in the future, not up to him. But what we can control is the face that Giannis made, Tim, after Cam Thomas. 34 points. You guys all know the face I'm talking about. When he had that performance, Cam Thomas coming into Milwaukee, this is going to be a big boost in a guy that could potentially help Giannis stay, Tim, in Milwaukee?
Well, Cam Thomas is probably going to be an erratic offensive player, right? That's what he's been in his NBA career to this point. But when he's on, he can be very good. And he was on the other night against Orlando, and he makes that shot way on the outside at the end of the game and goes to the bench. And Giannis is given that look that you're talking about. And it was kind of like, wow, the Bucks are actually kind of relevant and happy and positive again, and we haven't seen a lot of that as this season has gone along. So I'm not sure if these new acquisitions are going to be, real sustainable positive steps for the Bucks, but they've lightened the mood a little bit and they've provided some hope this week.
Yeah, winning 5 of 6 before the NBA All-Star break. I'm not talking about a tank, right? That's a good thing. And Brandon, another good thing is Ousmane Dieng, the guy that comes to Milwaukee in a 3-team trade. He was impressive against the Thunder, his former team, dropping a double-double. Again, I know it is early, but have the Bucks potentially found a diamond in the rough in Dieng?
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's another comfort thing. I mean, you look at how he and Cam Thomas are playing off of one another. I think that's a quick relationship that we're seeing develop on the court in a positive way for the Bucks, and it's a new look. It's a new way for them to attack offensively, and I think there's no reason for them not to be confident right now because it's helped them win 5 of their last 6, as you said.
And the Bucks are back in action later this week, so we'll see if they can really capitalize off that winning streak and build some momentum and make the play-in. That would be the goal. Meanwhile, Bucks head coach Doc Rivers was named a finalist for the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Despite a down year this year with Milwaukee, he remains the winningest active NBA coach with 6 all-time wins. He also has an NBA title to his name as a coach and was also named as one of the 15 greatest coaches in league history. And you know, this voice on the Bucks television broadcast, one of the best players in team history, Marcus Johnson, is also a finalist in the veterans category. Johnson is a 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA selection. The class of 2026 will be unveiled at this year's NCAA Final Four coming up in April. And over in Madison, the Badgers are red hot. On Friday, Wisconsin posted a 21-point win over number 10 Michigan State at the Kohl Center. They're now the first team this season to post wins over 3 AP top 10 teams. A magical week for the Badgers. And coming up next, we got our Fox 6 High School Hot Shot. Stay tuned. Welcome back. His love of the outdoors and the challenge of a sport have him reeling in record achievements for his team. That's just a part of why he's this week's Fox 6 High School Hotshot.
Hello, my name is Jaden Hitchcock, and I'm a senior at Kettle Moraine High School, and I'm a part of the Kettle Moraine Fanatics ice fishing team. I started 6th grade, so this is my 6th year on the team. My dad's told me stories when I was young that he'd take my sister out fishing and I'd be sleeping, and then I'd wake up and find out they're fishing and I'd start crying. Earliest memory is a video of me on YouTube of me catching my first fish. It was a rock bass.
Him look yours big mine.
I've learned so much these recent years. Different jigging techniques, tip-ups using certain leaders or pound test, jig and wax room, jig and plastic, jig and spike, spoon and minnow head, or finicky fooler, 2 feet off bottom. Some people do 3, some guys do 6 inches. Oh. Yeah, I love going against the fish. I mean, sometimes you'll catch me talking to the fish, just like tricking them and just trying to get them to eat. Just like be one with the fish. And this past year I won WIFA Master Angler of the Year. Now runs calendar year. There's 35 available species that you can catch of Master Angler length. Over the past 11 months I've caught 31 of the 35 fish, putting me in first place. I just started with fishing local pond. Definitely came harder, maybe get 2 or 3 per month, but it was a grind to get each and every one of them. The fact that I got all those fish just became surreal, that I could actually accomplish this, and just never thought I really could. I'll be going to Stevens Point for natural resources and hopes to become a game warden in the future. After this whole year, it's been day in, day out on the water, dealing with outdoors, and that's just a factor that I should be doing the rest of my life since I love it so much. Hello, my name is Jaden Hitchcock, and I'm a senior at Kettle Moraine High School, and I won WIFA Master Angler of the Year. And I'm this week's Fox 6 High School Hotshot.
That is an impressive collection. Meanwhile, Jaden will be receiving his Angler of the Year award next weekend at the WIFA State Championship. He was able to catch all 35 species, only 4 were not master size. He says those fish that eluded him still keep him awake at night. We'll be right back.
All right, this is the point of the program where we look ahead to the upcoming week. Brandon Cruz is in Arizona with Brewers spring training. Brandon, everybody comes in this week. How big a week is this just in the flow of spring training?
I think it's huge, especially this year because you have the World Baseball Classic. So some guys are going to be leaving camp early. So you're trying to get everybody together, or everybody on the same page as quickly as possible. The good news, there are a lot of guys that know each other. The exciting news, there's some new faces that will have to try to get into the mix and figure out what they want to do. So it also creates competition, and that's something, talking to Logan Henderson today, he loves that he's competing with his teammates who he cares a lot about, and I think all the other guys in that room would say the same thing. So right now I'm looking forward to the guys coming together, but also the competition at a couple of key positions.
Yeah, I was going to say, also talking about competition, you know who loves competition? Pat Murphy. So what are you most excited about seeing from a 2-time NL Manager of the Year, Brandon, this week?
Yeah, I wanted to see how much fun he has with these guys, how loose he is at the beginning. He's always joking around about different things. I want to see how the new guys react to his style, and that's always the fun part because some guys just don't know what to do with whatever he may say.
We have a Brewers spring training schedule on the screen.
Look at that.
That is good stuff.
Whew.
All right, Bucks will be getting back at it as well. College basketball continues. Admirals wave. Everybody's still rolling, but Brewers baseball, Brandon Cruz in Arizona. We'll take all of it right here on the Fox 6 Sports Blitz. All right, that'll get you set for what's coming up this week. We look forward to seeing you again next Sunday night. Until then, take care.